In this video, we'll be diving into the different stat profiles and why they are critical. We will also show you how to add new stat profiles that you can use when generating various reports. First, we will navigate to our Scout Templates area and come into Stat Profiles. The three stat profiles that will be pre-built out for you already will be your box score stat profile, team summary stat profile, and your default stat profile. I'll jump over to a pre-existing scouting report and show you what those will look like. This is what your box score will look like when you add that to your report section. This is what your team summary stat profile will look like when you add a team summary to your report section. And I have my personnel set to pull from the default stat profile. So I can come into any of these stat profiles and click on the drop down and add any fields that I would want to add to that report. And make sure you click update after. As you can see, I have two other stat profiles already built out, one of them called personnel extended. So I can populate my personnel with this stat profile and have a few other different categories in my personnel that I would like to show my coaches or team. I also have built out a roster list profile so that I can go into my report section and create a roster list with these stats pulled into it. To create a new profile, you're just going to come up here to this add button, name it whatever you want, and then you're going to come in and add whatever categories you want in that profile and make sure you click submit after. I can come down and jump into this Kansas Scout that I have, and I'll come over to reports and show you what it looks like to add that roster list that I showed you in that profile. So I'll come over to the add button. I'm going to go ahead and name it roster list. And then I'm going to select our roster list report. I want to append it to my report section. I'll choose an overall split, so I want all the games to be pulled in, and then this is where you're going to choose that stat profile that I created. I named that one roster list so that I could use it in this report, so that's the one I'm going to add. And now in my reports, you'll see that that roster list is there. So I can come over to my print settings, and you'll see that this roster list was generated with those stats that I wanted for each player. And that is how you use different stat profiles within your scouting report in your Just Play system.